Ooh, this is gonna get sketchy. Awesome, that was sketchy as hell. Alright, arriving at Rowher Flats, riding with one riding buddy. This is the first time I'm going off-road on the 890 Adventure R. Still in the engine braking period, but I'm not gonna ride it hard, obviously, which I don't do at any point, so that should be fine. It's gonna be pretty chill. We're gonna ride around a little bit in some of the places that I'm familiar with, that I know are chill, and then we'll see what we end up doing. Definitely gonna take it easy, just get used to the bike. I've got the handlebars in the forwardmost position and angled properly downwards, so it's actually a quite great standing position right now for me, whereas in the stock setup it's not very nice. And as my experience was with the 790, which was actually in a even more backwards position than stock, it was quite uncomfortable, definitely too far back, but this feels pretty good. Lots of folks here now. It's more busy than I've ever seen it. I mean, not that I've been here that many times, but it's a Sunday, it's a little after 10. Yeah, the brake is not as easy to reach as I want, but I'm gonna put on, I have some foot pegs I'm gonna put on that's gonna lower them by a quarter of a, let's see, 3/4 of an inch. So I suspect that after that the foot peg is gonna feel great standing. It might feel too high when riding on the street, so we'll see what I'm gonna do about that. But yeah, like I said, definitely more busy than I've seen it in the past. Makes sense. When I've been here in the past, it's been with a lot more heat, I think, than now. So I'm sure people are much more tending to come out now that the weather is a bit cooler. I'm gonna go down the beginning of the Seria Polona trail here, which is a little bit more chill. Then we're gonna head back. I'm just taking my riding buddy here on a little bit of intro to the Rowher Flats area, to at least the parts that I know, while keeping it pretty chill and not too hard and difficult riding wise. And then we'll decide what to do next. Accidental neutral. Seems like that never stops. Or at least I never successfully stop having that happen. Definitely enjoying the 890 so far. I think from a standing position comfort perspective, it's still not as good as the 1300 for me. We'll see when I get those new pegs on if that changes, which it might. It's pretty good though. I'm not complaining. With the handlebar in the right position, it is completely fine. Forgot to give the signal of how many riders are behind me. I forget it sometimes, and sometimes it's just like I don't want to take my hands off the handlebar. In this case, it was the first, followed by hesitation with the ladder. Definitely like the feel of the suspension. This is a little bit more up and down than Maple Springs, which is where I rode the 790. Not that there's anything extreme here whatsoever. It's just, it's got a nice feel. 1300 did as well, but it does feel a little bit more solid in a weird, undescribable way, or it's just different and I'm just filling in the assumption that it's better. I forgot to mention, I'm on the stock tires, the Mitas EO7 Plus, so they're not really the ones that I want. I was going to switch to the Tractionator Adventures, which is what I've been using on my 1300. The particular dealer actually recommended against it because they have a lot of issues with with them leaking apparently even after being installed correctly, so they're kind of reluctant. I'm assuming because customers come back and complain and whatever. So I'm gonna go for the Trailmax Raids instead, which I think are a little bit more street oriented than the Tractionator Adventures, but you know, they're properly knobby, they're decent in deep sand and so on, so it'll be fine for me. So I saw the word Immobilizer on the screen, which is like, oh my god, is it not going to start? That's one of the whole things that people have on the KTMs, but it was starting fine, so I don't know why it was telling me Immobilizer, but so far I hadn't had any issues. That would be the, oh my god, I'm having the KTM issues. That scares me. We'll see if I end up regretting the choice here. I definitely feel, I'm assuming it's the tires, it might just be a different feel in this bike, but I definitely feel that the rear end is just dancing around a lot more than it would have on my 1300 with the Tractionator Adventures. Probably the tires, mostly, is my guess. Not a problem or anything, it's just a difference in feel. Here we go with all the side-by-sides that people are usually complaining about. All the bikers, there seems to be like this massive rivalry. All the bikers don't like the side-by-siders. The dancing of the rear could also just be because of a different weight, obviously. It could just be that it feels like that because it's a lighter bike. And it doesn't feel bad, it's just an observation, it just feels different. But it is definitely reinvigorating my intention to switch the tires out. I've got them on order, and I'm gonna have the dealer do it at the run-in break-in service. Hopefully the key ring that's making a little bit of metallic noises isn't coming through on the recording. If it is, I guess I apologize.
Yeah, about that. Oops. Sorry about that. And after finishing that bottom part of the trail, I'm going to take a little bit of a break before we head over to the open area. And there's like a couple of miles or something from here to the open area.
So this is just the path between a few staging areas. We're going to get to the other staging area and to the open area. We'll see where we go from there. Oh, that was much less than I even remembered it being.
Yeah, I was hoping for a little bit more sand.
Should have been the first gear.
We've been talking about going to that trail that you can see in the distance going up the mountain.
I think it's this, I don't know. You wanna go? is gonna get sketchy. Awesome, that was sketchy as hell. Okay, let's see. Looks like my buddy crashed. Okay.
After getting his bike turned around, we decided to head back instead of continuing.
All right, here we go. Should be fine compared to the other hill. Yeah, totally fine.
That'll be the end of this video. There's going to be another rawhide adventure video coming as soon as I'm able to go through all the footage. There's like 7 or 8 hours for me to go through. And there's probably 1 or 2 more Rowher flats videos coming. So we'll see. Thanks for watching.